definition for indie, like, or does it differ from that? Or
Man, like if you go technical, then indie is non-mainstream.
yeah.
Okay, like indecision.com, the website that I had, the tagline was nothing is edible if other people like it.
Oh wow.
Okay, so if like there's something popular, right? Indie is the opposite of that.
आया ही नहीं है तो बोला तू कैसे कला किसकी कैसी बना खुद को पहले बना खुद के पैसे कवा खुद के जैसे बड़ा खुद के भैंसे संभाल अपने लहजे बना अपनी लहबे और चल अपनी लह पे ना चल किसका सह या चलूं मैं वैसे पर अपनों पे आया तो रैप्टे पे मैं सीखा हूं सड़कों से अपनों के
Mumbai since the late 1970s has been the hotspot for the entertainment industry. It has witnessed success in all forms of entertainment, be it film, music, radio, or print. Due to the resources the city of Mumbai possesses, the kind of networks it has, its opportunities and more, a portion of the successes of these media outlets can be attributed to the city itself. For years, it has established itself to be the city where dreams come true. Naturally, for any artist-centric entertainment-related field, Mumbai is the ideal place to be. Bollywood has always been the main contributor to the Indian music industry. But now indie music has got momentum of sorts where it has the potential to take over the major contributing share of the industry. But is it sustainable for artists to have a music career without being a part of Bollywood in India or being backed by a conventional record label? Indie music has a fixed definition in general, but in the Indian context, it means a lot more.
To me, indie music is no strings attached. It's pure independence. If you're working independently or if you're an independent artist, you're out on your own. You're not attached to a label. You are distributing the music as an independently, like through a certain distributor, like a DistroKid or a TuneCore or a CD Baby or whatever that is, whatever that avenue is. But you are doing it. You're not going through someone else. You are not under a label that owns the masters to your music. You own everything. For me, that is what indie music is.
In the world of music, distribution of music was controlled by music labels, the big four: Sony, Universal, Warner, so all these like big labels. And so if you weren't on a big label, you were on an independent label. So if you look at it technically, it's like you're not part of the big four label group, then you're independent. But then also independent tends to reflect a sonic aesthetic. Oh, it's a little more jangly. It's not as easy to get into as this thing or whatever.
Indie music, I feel, is where you express yourself. There is no boundaries like in movies or television. There is always situations or scene like you have to make a song according to that. Something sad is happening or something happy is happening or something dark is happening. So your movie is based on something before and after. Lyrics are written according to that, and it might be a dance number which you may not want to do it, but it's a part of the movie, so you have to do it. In indie, there is nothing like this. There is no boundary. You can express just what you feel, like your own opinion about something or a thing which you want to say about love which has not been expressed before. So it's a very wide open space.
Brub's moved to Goa.
Oh, he's moved?
Do you know what I mean? So again, if you're asking the question from a making music perspective, no, you do not need to be in Mumbai to make music.
Yeah.
Hell no. Do you need to be in Mumbai to be able to, as an artist, promote yourself more? Better than being in Bhubaneswar, for example.
Yeah.
Straight up, So yes, to make, no, go make whatever you want. But obviously, you got to go where things are kind of happening. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of artists from across the world have considered Bombay as a sort of a cultural hub for the country. And obviously that is linked to the glamour, the sort of celebrity influence that the city has. But I think in ways that even I wouldn't necessarily understand, it's grown beyond that.
Suppose you try and look at it from a more maybe romantic perspective, you could say that this is a city that has a certain level of struggle and a certain level of aspiration and these kind of things that fuel creativity. And you can see that, I suppose, most in the hip hop scene, where you've had a number of hip hop artists emerge. And I think when you think of hip hop, definitely you think of Bombay, you think of Mumbai, you think about the city because it's, gully rap, which is like a hip hop genre that our country has invented almost, is from here. This is the birthplace of it. Yeah.
I think now Bombay, the way I see it, is it's going to become a live music capital for the world. Especially now with Lollapalooza having done its first ever gig in Asia. I mean, think about what that is, right? Like, what are the other cities Bombay is up against? Singapore, Tokyo, I mean, Hong Kong. Like, these are huge international cities that already have soul with K-pop. I mean, these are international cities that have insane infrastructure, definitely probably higher budgets, a huge local talent pool as well, and super well connected to the rest of the world. But still, Bombay came up on top for that, and it was the first.
There's a difference, I think, between an indie musician starting out today and one starting out maybe 5 years ago. There was that idea that indie musicians have a sense of entitlement, where they think that, I do this for the love of the art, and, but I think today, a lot of practicality has come into a lot of musicians' mindset, where they realize that they have to think like entrepreneurs, because if you are going to make this your livelihood, that's the only way that you'll be able to do it, is to, treat it like not just a career but a business.
Plus, if you're an indie artist, music making becomes like 5 to 7% of your whole thing. Everything else you have to take care of on your own.
Yeah, I mean, it almost is like the music making is the easy part of it.
Yeah.
Everything else is much harder, right? Yeah.
With Third Culture, because we're a 360 degrees management agency, there are numerous ways to make money for our artists. Primarily, I would say it's live touring. Going on tour and performing in front of audiences at venues is, to this day, the single most lucrative opportunity that artists have to make a sustainable amount of money. Right? Festivals have now become more popular, etc. So there are unique avenues that artists can take to consistently get money. Of course, management agencies do take a certain cut.
What you've got to understand is it's a perpetual circle jerk of music and money going around. Do you know what I mean? And the debt is around the artist's head. So everybody's getting paid, but the artist is footing the bill.
Yeah.
How is that money recouped? And recoupment is a key word because it means paying somebody back.
Yeah.
So in our model, that money is paid back jointly rather than just from the artist.
Okay.
So the risk is shared. And then also the reward is shared. So our deals are 50-50 in that sense.